Hello and welcome to Car Facts. My name is Victoria and in today's video I will be talking about the Triumph TR7. I hope that you enjoy this video. The 1970s, a time of disco balls, bell-bottom jeans, and some truly bold car designs. Among them was one car that stood out not just for its looks but for the whirlwind of opinions it stirred up. Rev up your imaginations and take a ride back in time as we dive into the story of the Triumph TR7, also known as the Wedge. Yes, you heard that right. The Wedge. Let's talk about the car that had people scratching their heads, laughing, and secretly falling in love all at once. Our story begins in the early 1970s, a time when British Leyland was juggling financial struggles and corporate drama. Triumph, a jewel in the British Leyland crown, was tasked with creating a car that could redefine the affordable sports car segment and maybe, just maybe, save the company from going under. No pressure, right? Enter the Triumph TR7. First unveiled in 1974, the TR7 was a drastic departure from the curvy, flowing lines of its predecessors like the TR6. Instead, Triumph went full-on angular. This car looked like it was designed with a ruler, not a French curve. But there was a reason for this geometric leap of faith. The wedge design, masterminded by Harris Mann, wasn't just a style statement. It was a forward-thinking approach to aerodynamics and safety. Low nose, pop-up headlights, and a sharply sloping roofline. This car looked like it was ready to pierce through the air, even when parked. Mann reportedly called it the shape of things to come. Bold claim, right? But hey, this was the 70s. Bold was the name of the game. Let's pop the hood for a moment. Powering the TR7 was a 2.0-liter inline-4 engine. Not exactly a rocket ship, with just about 105 horsepower, but it was lively enough to keep your adrenaline pumping. Paired with a 4-speed manual gearbox and later a 5-speed, the TR7 offered a driving experience that was more about nimbleness than raw power. The steering? Sharp and responsive. The handling? Surprisingly decent for a car born out of cost-cutting compromises. But not everything was sunshine and open roads. Early models had a reputation for being temperamental. Electrical issues, leaky seals, and rust-prone bodies earned the TR7 its fair share of garage time. Despite these quirks, fans argue that the car's charm outweighed its faults. It's like owning a pet, sometimes frustrating, but impossible not to love. The wedge shape polarized the car community. Some called it futuristic. Others, well, let's just say they weren't so kind. One critic famously said the TR7 looked like it had been run over by a steamroller. Ouch. But Triumph was undeterred. They doubled down on the wedge aesthetic, even branding it as the shape of the 70s in their advertisements. In retrospect, you've got to respect the audacity. It's like wearing a neon suit to a black tie event and owning it. By 1979, Triumph decided to give the TR7 a little makeover. Enter the TR7 convertible, also known as the TR7 Spider. It was like taking the wedge and giving it a suntan. The convertible was a breath of fresh air literally and instantly added some flair to the TR7's somewhat divisive reputation. Suddenly, this quirky sports car became a favorite for open-top cruising on sunny days. Fun fact, did you know that a young lady, Diana Spencer, yes, Princess Diana, owned a TR7 convertible? She was often spotted driving it around London before marrying Prince Charles. Talk about a royal stamp of approval. The TR7 wasn't just a pretty face. It had a wild side too. In the late 1970s and early 80s, Triumph took the TR7 into the world of rally racing. Stripped down, beefed up, and fitted with a powerful V8 engine, the rally spec TR7 showed the world what this wedge could really do. It competed in iconic events like the Rack Rally and even snagged a few victories along the way. Imagine watching this boxy little sports car tearing through dirt roads and jumping over hills. If nothing else, it was a showstopper. Here are a few fun facts about the TR7 that you might not know. The Made in America connection. Did you know that a significant number of TR7s were built not in the UK, but in Liverpool? Wait, scratch that. Let's make it more dramatic. They were also assembled in a plant in Lynchburg, Virginia. Triumph wanted to cater to the US market, And what better way to do that than building the cars on American soil? Pop-up headlights. The TR7's pop-up headlights were like a party trick. At night, they gave the car an unmistakable personality. During the day, they stayed hidden, keeping the wedge design sleek. Plus, who doesn't love pop-up headlights? They're the automotive equivalent of winking. The TR8. Think of the TR8 as the TR7's pumped-up sibling. It had a Buick-derived 3.5-liter V8 engine under the hood, turning the wedge into a full-blown muscle machine. The TR8 is often called the British Corvette by enthusiasts. Talk about glow-ups. Despite its flaws, the TR7 has earned its place in automotive history. It's a car that dared to be different, that took risks, and that's what makes it so fascinating. Sure, it may not have been the fastest or the most reliable, but it was memorable. And isn't that what truly matters? Today, the TR7 has a cult following of enthusiasts who appreciate its quirks and celebrate its uniqueness. Whether you see it as a design icon or a rolling punchline, there's no denying that the TR7 is unforgettable. If you enjoyed this ride down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more fascinating automotive stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.